Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw tips and tricks. And earlier today, I made a video on how to make this line font or whatever you want to call it, a text with lines in it. And I did an S, and it was pretty easy. And then somebody emailed me, it was really intrigued to it, and wanted to know, well, how could you do an A? Because an A is going to throw an extra wrench into it. So we need to left click, right click, but we need to turn it into a curve. And then you just kind of got to use your imagination and what you want to do. So take the smart filter or the shape tool and then right click this and break them apart. And then take these two right here and break them apart. Now I've got my nudge set pretty high. We can grab this. Well, might be easier just to delete the lines we don't need. Whoop, we need that. So I've got to delete this line, and because I broke it apart, it's not going to cause us any problems. So now I've got those three lines, or two lines. So we're going to take this one first. We're going to nudge this center line out of the way. Whoop. I guess we got to go up to Object and Break Curve Apart. Let's nudge the center line out of the way. And let's take this, and we're going to use, now this only works in Corel 20 like in the other video, but we're going to 5 lines at 0.08, and we got that. You know what? I'm going to make it a little bit more this time. I'm going to go, let's go 33 and see what happens. That's too much. Back up. Guess it'd be easier to just type in 0.0 or 0.10 and then hit apply. That looks pretty good. Now we need to do the same thing to this. And we got those lines, but now if you nudge them over, look what happens. So you can do two things depending on where you want to put the A, where you want to put the crossbars. Let's move it up a little bit and let's stretch them. And then put them right in the middle, about where you want them. Now take that very first line and nudge it over. Take this entire line and nudge it over. Take your virtual segment delete key and delete these lines. Now you can grab the whole thing and nudge it over. We can get rid of this parallel drawing docker. And that's one way you could go about it, but you could even make it a little bit better if you take the virtual segment delete key. And because you're working with 5, you've got every other one. So we do every other one. These things are kind of blend together. And I'm going to do just like I did in the first video. I'm going to draw some lines at the bottom of this to stop it. So I'm going to take my 2-point line and go from that node to that node. Now I'm drawing a little bit thicker line than the lines are, but that doesn't really matter for what we're doing. 2-point line from that node to that node. Now we can take the Smart Fill tool and fill in every other line. And by opening up that gap, that line went to those other lines. So I think you could do any letter. I would almost think the A would be the hardest, and E would be almost the same, except for you'd have 3 lines, and that's pretty cool. It's a totally different, the person that was originally doing this was doing USA. And I guess the person that questioned today is doing the same thing. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit, and thank you for watching.